Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be cooking a chicken jalfrazi from scratch. It's a really nice dish. It's one of our favourite dishes in my household. Yes, you can get it in restaurants and that stuff, but mine varies slightly different from the restaurant style. Same spices, but the way I cook it is totally different. So first of all, I'll go through the ingredients. Got 500 grams of, no, about 750 grams of chicken, boneless chicken thigh meat. About 1.5 grated onion. We've got the usual garam masala, whole garam masala, few whole peppercorns, a teaspoon of cumin, some cloves, a couple of bay leaves, and 4 or 5 cardamoms. I've got here 1 onion cooked in slithers, bit thick slithers, and quarter of a red pepper, quarter of a green pepper. All I've done to save time is just fried it in the fryer. I've added nothing else to it, and I've chopped up about 4 or 5 green chilies. We need some few tomatoes. We've got tomato puree. Also a couple of jalapeno peppers. It's purely for decoration purposes and taste. It's going to give a slightly better taste as well. Right, now the spices that I'm going to be using is a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of crushed black pepper, 1.5 teaspoon of chili powder, 1.5 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala, and a heaped teaspoon of kasuri methi. Done. And I'm going to be using a tablespoon of garlic and ginger paste. Also, this is where my jalfrazi varies different from the BIR stuff. I use malt vinegar. I'll show you when I add the malt vinegar to the curry. Okay, I'm going to use, my pan's nice and hot. I'm going to put in about 2.5 chef spoons of cooking oil, which equates to about half a cup of oil. Yeah. Let the oil heat up. First ingredient I'll be adding is my dry spices. Right, I've added my dry spices. Let that cook off. Get the nice aroma out of the spices. Okay, now I'm going to add the garlic and ginger paste. To that, I'm going to add my grated onions. I know a lot of people are commenting, oh, it's not BIR style, or you don't use pre-cooked chicken or base gravy and that stuff. Well, I'm showing you an easier way of cooking the BIR style food, rather than, you know, cook the chicken twice, cook the onions God knows how long for. Much easier this way, much flavoursome, and you will enjoy this, or whoever tastes your curry, they will definitely enjoy it. So please, if you think it's a BII, it's not. I'm cooking at home, my home style jalfrazi, but it's not too far off from being a BIR curry. Now just cook off the onions until they go nice and mushy. We'll come back to it after 2 minutes. Okay, in a couple of minutes to the onion, I'm going to add a tablespoon of salt. If you need to add salt, you can add it a little bit later when it's cooked. But this tablespoon will be sufficient for the time being to cook the onions down, reduce the onions down, and flavour the chicken as well. There you go. Now to this, I'm going to add my 750 grams of chicken, boneless chicken thighs. We're going to cook this down until the chicken is about 3/4 of the way cooked. So I'll leave it covered on a medium heat for about 5 or 6 minutes, and making sure, stirring it every couple of minutes. So we'll see how it turns out in about 5 or 6 minutes. Okay, we're back. As you can see, the chicken is cooking away nicely. It's been about 8 minutes. And chicken is about 3/4 of the way cooked, and the onions have gone really mushy. It's like a sauce consistency. Yeah, I think you can see it there. Now I'm going to add the spices. I've got 1.5 teaspoons of extra hot chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of crushed black pepper, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1.5 teaspoon of coriander, and a heap teaspoon of methi, fenugreek methi. So all that goes in. Just give this a little stir and we'll leave it to cook off in the spices. Let it all amalgamate with the sauce and cook the rawness out of the spices. Again, I've not added any liquids to the mixture. It's all cooked into the onions and the chicken liquid that's come out. So I've reduced the heat. I cooked that for 4 or 5 minutes on a reduced heat. I might as well add the tomato puree. A heap tablespoon of tomato puree. There you go, that goes in. Give it a stir. There you go. Nicely all mixed together. Now, we'll just leave that on a medium heat till the oil separates from the spices and that, which should take about 5 to 6 minutes. We'll come back to it then. Make sure you stir it every couple of minutes or a minute and a half. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. The oil has separated from the chicken. Now I'm going to add the next ingredient. This is something that I devised. I really find it really tasty in a jalfrazi. I add 2 tablespoons of malt vinegar. There you go. Malt vinegar. I'll up the heat a little bit. You say, why add malt vinegar instead of lemon juice? When you cook the malt vinegar down, it tastes really nice in a jalfrazi instead of lemon juice. It's not as sharp as lemon juice, but it's really nice. Now is the time to add my tomatoes, chilies to the mixture. Also the onions and peppers that I fried off earlier. We'll just let all these spices come together and let the vinegar cook off. We'll leave that for another couple of minutes. Already looking really nice. So we'll come back to it in another couple of minutes. Right, a couple of minutes. As you can see, the spices have slightly caramelized on the sides. The onions have cooked through. I'm going to add about a cup and a half of water. You see, put the heat up. About a cup and a half of hot water, and bring this to a boil. Just get all the goodness off the bottom of the pan. Don't forget, I only added 1 tablespoon of salt. If it needs more salt, I'm going to add it. Another teaspoon of salt in there. There we go. Now, let that cook, come to a boil. For another minute and a half, 2 minutes. I'll come back to it then. Right guys, we're back. Now, what I did, brought it to the curry to a boil and left it simmer on low heat. This is the result. Now all that's left to do is add the fresh coriander. And there you go. Voila. Chicken jalfrazi. Now more longer you leave it on a slow heat, it will reduce down to a thicker, even more thicker sauce, and it should be even better. So I'll show you when it's done. Right, it's nicely cooked, the jalfrazi. Sauce is thickened up. Now I'm going to put it in a small serving dish and let you guys tell me how it looks. Go. Some more peppers. Get the jalapeno peppers. There we go. Small tomato, wedge of lemon. There we go. Voila. Now, tell me, ladies and gents, that does not look nice. There you go. It's all cooked in your home. If you do it, follow my recipe, you can't go wrong. Such an easy recipe. There you go. My chicken's nicely cooked. There you go. All the chilies and that's the peppers and that nicely cooked through. There you go. So don't forget to like and share and comment. Please help me out with the algorithm. And we'll see you in the next video. If you would like any other dishes that you want to see me cook for you, please don't forget to comment. And there you go. It's a beautiful curry. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.